Hello friends, hello internet family, hello Radical Transformation Project. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are good. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Faith Raya. I run the blog radicaltransformationproject.com. I feel like most of you know me. I feel like you guys are my internet friends and family, my dear internet friends and family. You guys, I was just talking to a client and I wanted to come on here and make this video just in case one of you needs this information. So if this is helpful for you, please let me know. Please, comment or leave hearts if you're watching the replay so I know that this information was helpful, and let me know if you guys need me to speak on anything else. But what I was talking to her about is when everyone around you is negative. She said that she feels like while she's on her personal development journey, in the morning, she's doing her morning routine and meditating and getting everything high vibe. And then as she goes out through the day, people are negative around her and it brings down her vibe and her energy. And I was telling her, this is like a little bit of tough love, but I mean it like from a place of love. So please hear me out. A lot of times the way people are acting around us is a mirror of how we are acting. And I think in a lot of ways, you teach people how to treat you, right? If you have really high standards for the way people act around you, you can hold people accountable to a certain extent. But if there's something energetically about deciding, I'm only around positive, amazing people, but you have to project that energy, the energy that you want other people to bring to your conversations, your partnerships, your relationships, your friendships, you have to bring, right? You can't go around. Just try this out. Go around and complain. Complain about, go into work and complain about the weather, complain about the weekend, complain about your boss. Other people will complain back to you. I almost guarantee it 100% of the time. If you are negative and you're pointing out negative things, other people will reflect that back to you, right? Because there are a lot of ways we just mirror each other's energy all day long, right? And then if you go around and you love on people and you ask how people are and you change the dialogue to something positive and you say how beautiful it is outside. I used to get in the elevator at work and I used to be the one, right? Because I used to be so negative. I would get in the elevator and be like, oh my gosh, it's raining. The weekend was too short. It wasn't long enough, making conversation in the elevator, but I was complaining, right? And then everyone else in the elevator is complaining too. They're like, oh my gosh, I know, the weekend went so fast. We have to go back to work. The weather's so crappy, whatever it is. But if you get in the elevator and you're like, hey, how are you guys? It's beautiful outside. It's so nice. I'm so happy. How are you guys doing? The energy is different, right? And we can't control other people, right? This isn't about manipulating other people. It's not about coercing other people. It's not about you being responsible for other people's behavior, but we are responsible for the way we let people treat us. So if we are acting high vibe, we're at our best energy, we're bringing our best energy into our friendships, our relationships, our partnerships, and those people are not matching our energy, and we allow them to be around us and to be negative and to be rude I used to have a lot of friendships. I would put a lot of energy into my friendships and make all these plans, and they would blow me off. They wouldn't ever call me. I was always the one making plans, and eventually I had to decide I only have friends that match my energy, and I quit hanging out with those people, right? But I had to decide how people treat me, right? And this is about, we teach people how to treat us, right? I had to decide, if you're gonna be around me, you have to treat me this way, right? And so there's a couple things about this. I think it's important, if people are negative and it's bugging you, first think of this idea of people mirror you, people mirror your energy that you bring to the situation, right? If you go around bringing positive energy, it's a lot more likely that people are going to act in a caring, kind way to you, especially over time. If you're someone that is just in the office, loving on people and building people up and giving people compliments and giving positive energy, even when people are complaining, everyone's in the break room complaining, but you're there, pointing out the good and being the light, right? That's one of my affirmations that I use a lot, is be the light, right? Even when there's darkness around me and people are complaining and there's negativity around me, that's just my job to shine brighter, right? I don't let that drag me down. And that's a choice that I make. So when you feel that heaviness coming onto you from other people, stand up and shine your light, right? This is when we get louder, we get more positive, we get stronger, right? We don't shrink back, we don't fall into that energy. And it's really like kind of just going to the emotional gym. So really like being around negative people is not bad for you, right? My client was like really concerned because she was like, you know, being around negative people is going to rub off on me. It's going to undo the work I'm doing. All these different fears were coming up for her around that. But really the truth is it's just exercise. It's just an opportunity to practice. It's just an opportunity to step more into this new positive way of being that we're all trying to cultivate, right? On this like personal development journey that we're on. So just remember that. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot and it's been helping me, like, especially, you know, people are a mirror. That really, really helps me remember to keep my energy high. When I'm around people that are complaining and being negative, I'm like, oh, they're mirroring my energy. How is my energy, right? And it's a sign. I use it as a signal to check in with myself. When people are complaining, I check in with myself and I'm like, oh, am I being positive? Like, am I being negative? And I use it as an opportunity to check in with myself and then to adjust my energy accordingly. And then to remind myself, I have to be the light, right? That's my job, not anyone else's job, right? And then the other thing about we decide how people treat us. We teach people how to treat us, right? If you allow someone to be rude to you, to be inconsiderate to you over and over again, and no one should be treating you badly. This is never your fault, right? It's not what this is about. But if you allow people, like I used to allow people to come into my space and be bad friends to me and like not keep plans, and I would forgive them over and over again. I would date men that treated me poorly and didn't put energy into our partnership, and I would allow that behavior over and over and over again because I was teaching them how to treat me, right? And I was tolerating that. And you're allowed to raise your standards and decide who is around you. It's your decision. It's not your fault, right? It's not your fault. You're not responsible for anyone's behavior. I don't ever want anyone to think that. Like if someone is especially if someone's being abusive or verbally abusive to you, that is not your fault. But you get to decide who is around you. You have control, right? You are strong. You are strong. You get to decide. It's your choice who is in your energy, right? Who are you spending time with? Even coworkers, right? Like we can decide a lot of ways. Like you have to work with people maybe you don't like and don't want to be around, but you can decide like, I don't take that person like seriously. Like I don't really listen to them, or like I limit my time with them. I don't go in the break room when they're in there, right? And you can decide in other ways, like around stuff like that. But especially with friendships, with the relationships you have with your family, with your partners, those people, you're deciding to let them be there, right? And you teach them how to treat you, right? You decide what's okay with you. What's okay with you and what's not okay with you. When I was dating and I was allowing men to come in my space and treat me poorly, right, over and over again, and making excuses for them and letting them show up in our partnership in ways that I didn't like and I didn't feel was respectful or caring or considerate, right? I was making that decision to let them do that. And when I raised my standards and I was like, I'm only around kind, dedicated men, you know, that are committed and dedicated to building the kind of partnership I am. I'm only around those men. I'm not around any other kind of men, because those are the only men that I allow in my space now, right? I decide. I don't date those kind of men. They're not allowed around me and they're not allowed in my space, right? And sometimes we get sucked in and we are around people but that's like a whole different saga. But I hope this helps you guys. If any of this resonates with you, let me know. It really does help me, and I really try to remind myself, like, be the light, right? That's one of my big affirmations. Be the light. When you feel other people's energy coming in and affecting you, and you can also decide, like, other people's energy doesn't affect me. I'm untouchable. You can't touch me. You can't bring me down, right? You can decide, you know, to not let that impact you, or to practice. I'm going to practice not letting other people's energy affect me, right? And it's just an opportunity when people are being negative around you. It's just an opportunity for you to practice being the light, for you to practice staying positive, for you to practice deciding these things don't affect me, right? I decide I'm not going to let these things affect me. And then when you're around negative people, just use it as an opportunity to practice. I'm going to practice letting this not affect me anymore. Right? That's a great way to deal with this if you're at work, if these negative people are at work. Just use it as practice. I'm using it as practice to not be affected when people are negative, and that I can hold my energy and hold my vibe up here, even when people are complaining, even when people are nasty, even when people are gossiping, right? I hold my energy up here and nothing can bring me down. And I just use the complaining and the negative people as ways to practice. That's all it is, right? It's just making you stronger on your journey, making you feel better. It's just an opportunity for you to go to the next level, right? And expand into the person that you were always meant to be, right? Okay. That's my rant for the day. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope everything is well. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and feedback about the things I say. If you need clarification, if something I said, you're like, this doesn't make sense to me, or you want me to go deeper on it, or you want me to talk about something else, just leave a comment and I'm happy to, respond to any questions you guys have. I'm here to support you. And I just want to share my journey and the things I'm processing and learning and that are helping me with other people. So if I can do that in any way for you, I'm here, to support you. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day.